Welcome to the Chronically Healthy Life Show. Our vision is to inspire you to implement simple steps that's going to lead you to a healthier and happier life for you and, of course, your family. Hi, everyone. My name is Andy Nam, and joining me is my life partner, my business partner, and, of course, my best friend, Minna. We're streaming live tonight from Houston, Texas. Now, when you hear the word chronically, do you automatically associate it with the phrases like perhaps chronic disease? We all do it. It's been pre programmed right into our brains. But what if we flip it over on its head, right? We believe that we can all live a healthy life, a chronically healthy and happy life in our bodies, in our minds, our finances, our relationships, and of course, so much more. And this is not just another nutrition and fitness show. So let's just jump right on in. Hi, Minna. How are you?
You know how I'm doing. Been with you all day. So welcome to the show. We're excited to share this with you. We call the show Chronically Healthy Life. So let's talk about life by itself, right? So what does life means to us? So for us, we actually came up with this thing that life stands for. So it's four words. L stands for longevity. I stands for independence. F stands for family, and E for environment. So longevity. So tell us, longevity. What does it mean to you?
Well, longevity is for most people is like living a very long time, right? But for us, that's just not enough, right? Because, what else do you need when you live a long time? What usually happens if you live a long time?
Well, I know that a lot of people say when you're old, you're going to be on a walker or wheelchair. You have to push it around. You don't get to enjoy life. That's not what we talk about when you say longevity, right? We want the energy. We want to be vibrant. We want to travel. We want to see the world, right?
I totally agree. It's like, I belong to this business networking group called BNI. And, I tell people, hey, I'm looking to live up to 130 years old. Right. And a lot of them just sort of look at me, well, here we are. We're going to be pushing each other in our wheelchairs and see who's going to be more miserable type of deal. And I said, well, I know I'm not going to be in a wheelchair. I don't know about you. So, the longevity part for us is keeping our health where we are now. And of course, you need to be as healthy as you are right now and extending that forward to, 90, 100, 110 for us, 130, 150. I think it's all possible.
There's research is saying you should be able to live until 170-ish if you do everything right. So that's what we're here to help you do. Maybe not 170, but hey, and just enjoy a long life as long as you can.
So we're going to try to teach you everything right, right? So what does I stand for, Minna?
So I stands for independence. Part of it is to tie back in longevity is your mobility. You don't need someone to push you around, right? You can walk by yourself, you can travel by yourself. And of course, independence also refers to financial independence. We want to talk about that because we know that you don't need a lot of money to have a good life. Money doesn't make you happy. We know all that. However, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have financial independence, you're hustling. You're still not there to really enjoy the life. You're not here to give everything you have to give to your life. So we think financial independence is also a necessity for your life, right?
And just piggybacking on that independence, it's like your health is so important because a lot of times if your health is failing as you get older, all these hospital bills start piling up. And guess what? If you don't have financial independence, that can really put you in a bankruptcy or worse, lose your house, lose everything. And not only are you sleeping on the street, you can be, very sick while you're at it, right? Which doesn't make any sense at all. That's what our show's all about. So you're not going to end up on the street.
So also for part of independence is your ability to actually think for yourself, to make the choices that is really your choice, not your parents' choice, not your teacher's choice, not your spouse's choice, right?
I think that is so true because, we are so ingrained growing up, listen to your parents, listen to your teacher. And after a while, a lot of these thoughts that's going on in your head, you think they're actually yours. But in fact, if someone else telling you what to do for the rest of your life, and that may not always be right for you. It might be right during that time we're in school, but we're always constantly growing. We're also always constantly, evolving. And it's so much, it's so important to make your own choices, right?
Yeah, I know my dad is an architect, so my second sister architect, and she went to school, got two degrees in architecture, and you know what? She's not an architect anymore. So think for yourself. Think about what your choice is for your life. So the other thing, after independence, the LIF, family. We have a whole section on family, so we don't need to expand on that right now. But you meet our other co-host, Christy, in just a few minutes, and she will talk to you about the family wellness part of it.
Of course, of course. And I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of aha moments, especially if I have kids. And then, of course, when it comes down to E, what does E stand for? E stands for environment. And why is environment so important for us, to have a healthy life?
So I'll give you an example. Today, the air quality outside, I think, is like 174.
Mm.
So unhealthy for certain groups. And I do feel it here. I'm like, just not right. So that is part of how your air can affect you. And of course, water. There's a lot of fluoride in the water. There's dirty water that can actually make you sick. So clean water is part of your environment. Is also very important for your health and for your well-being. Of course, environment also includes your community, your neighbors, the people around you, and how you can come together, become a group that feeds into each other. I think that's very important too.
Correct. I totally agree. And that was the purpose of one of the purpose for the show is for us to expand the local community, to expand the local Houston community, so we're going reach out for to help each other grow the community. And hopefully more of you guys will start watching us to get more tidbits throughout each week.
So let's talk about our first episode. What are we going to talk about?
Well, I thought that, since this is going to be our first episode, it makes sense to be talking about foundations, and what's foundations really all about? When you look at foundations, you think about foundations, you look at a building, maybe this tall skyscraper, right? And when you're constructing it, what do you always know is they dig this really, really deep hole, they stick these metal rods down, and then they put all the cement, right? And all the cement that goes down so deep with the cement and this, steel girders or whatever they're called. I'm not a construction guy, but that's what provides the building, to be, from falling over, from earthquakes, from hurricanes or even tornadoes, right? And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the basic foundation today, and we're going to expand about that, expand upon that over the weeks.